Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Thursday, April 29th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by intelligence. And the galactic signature for today is the yellow rhythmic warrior energy. And so this energy is all about questioning, intelligence, and fearlessness. And I really enjoyed this description at the beginning. It says, fearless is not a reduction of fears, but rather the capacity to go beyond fear. Going beyond fear begins when we examine our fear. In the Shambhala tradition, discovering fearlessness comes from working with the softness of the human heart. And so this is where we're moving back into that heart energy, which we are always talking about. And we're talking about, and it's bringing up for me, something that we talk about, or we were talking about a lot more on this channel. I throw it out and mention it from time to time, but I know there's a lot of people that are just coming on. There's always that influx as sort of people interchange, right? Subscriber wise. And so for anyone who hasn't been following, I want to talk about it again a little bit. Just this information that I was channeled last year that I've seen a lot of other people channeling as well in regards to this split that's going on between timelines, between realities, between earths even, right? There is that split between fear and love, and how we are constantly choosing with our thoughts, with our words, with our actions, with our vibration above all else, the path of fear or the path of love. And that is determining the timeline and sort of where we reside in that split as we move forward. And in each and every moment, we get to make another choice. And so anytime that you notice that you are choosing out of fear, that you are acting out of fear, that you are thinking out of fear, you can always shift that back into love, back into trust, right? Back into compassion, all of those different variations of love, right? And so this is what we're being asked to do each and every moment right now. And so today with this energy, we're really being guided. Which path are you walking down? Can you question that? Can you look at that courageously? Right? Can you take an honest look at where you are at in your journey and your path and decide where it is that you want to move from there? That's some of the energies that we're playing with right now. It's this energy of really embracing challenges as opportunities, right? Opportunities for growth. It's about discovering new terrain, right? Any of those places that we held ourselves back from exploring before, that we want to explore, having the courage to do that. It's about really examining our belief systems and our truths. Do they resonate with the deepest part of us? Or is there still more? Is there something about the truth that we hold within us or that we have accepted that we're now beginning to question? We're questioning the outer reality and we're questioning our own inner reality as well. So we're exploring the inner and the outer terrain today. And we're on a fact-finding mission. We are gathering information, right? And the best source of information is source. And so ultimately what we're learning to do is to discern our own truths by the resonance that they hold within us, and by fact checking that with the greatest fact checker there is, which is the creator, or any way that we can communicate with the creator, right? Our guides and our angels and our team are a great line of communication when we really seek to develop that direct connection with the creator. Of course, that is where we're going to receive the least distorted information, right? Because it's not filtering through anything else. It's just going from the creator to us. So really taking time in meditation, taking time to set that intention to connect, and to connect with our own inner selves, our own higher selves, our own soul selves, and see what they are telling us, how they are guiding us. That is where the ultimate truth resides, right? And so that is the ultimate fact-finding mission, is going within in order to discern. And once we discern that truth, then acting accordingly as a result. How do we live that, right? How do we embody that in the world? This is an energy that really talks about the energy of equality, right? This rhythmic tone is all about organization, balance, and equality. So really organizing and balancing our outer realities as a result of the information that we have found by fearlessly dwelling within and exploring within these inner and these outer terrains. It is also that energy of knowing and understanding that we are part of a greater collective whole. And even though we are all individual sparks of that energy with our own perspectives, with our own ways of seeing the world, we are all connected as well. And each way that we perceive the world and everything that we do affects the whole, because we are all connected. So it's knowing that and understanding that and seeing us all as equal partners in this life experience. No one spark of the creator is any more special or important than another. We're just all here experiencing different things, learning different things with different purposes and different missions, right? But ultimately that all boils down to the same. And so just really knowing that and having that beautiful respect for each and every one of our fellow humans as we move through this energy, as we are conversing, as we are sharing our thoughts and our opinions, just holding that energy of respect and equality, and always coming, like we said, from that heart center. Whenever we can bring it back to the heart, we can ensure that our communications and our actions are heart-centered. And it just takes a moment just to focus in on that heart energy, just to breathe into that for a moment. And you can automatically reconnect with that at any time, even mid-conversation. Just take a second to breathe, close your eyes, focus in your attention on that heart center, and just feed that heart energy for a second. Just breathe that in and out, and watch as your energy shifts. And they really like that. They really want you guys to, some of you, to pay attention to that. Like my ears are ringing right now after talking about that. So breathing in that heart-centered breathing in each and every moment, practicing that on a daily basis. And also when we really, anytime we need it, even like we said, mid-conversation with somebody, it's okay to do that. It is advisable, really. And so this is really like us really developing our own deeper insight and intelligence, right? Not taking anything at face value. We talk about this all the time, seeing through the illusion. And the only way we can truly do that is by tapping in here, tapping out of there and tapping into here, right? So the affirmation for today is, let me pull it up here. I organize in order to question balancing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled. And now we will get briefly into a little bit of the astrology for today. Pull that back up here. Get all these pop-ups going on in my phone right now. I don't know what's happening. Okay. All right. So we have the moon still in the sign of Sagittarius today. And we have some interesting configurations happening. We have, let me look here. Yes, a bisextile between the moon, Saturn, and Chiron going on today. And we've had this before, right? And so the moon is moving now into position again for this energy. So this is like an integration point. When we're talking about the integrating of the lessons, of the healing that we've done around these Chiron energies, our deepest wounds, right? And in the sign of Aries, this has been about our empowerment, our ability to enact our will in the world, our ability to create. And so some of that coming back up for revision. And just the lessons that we have learned along that path with Saturn, how the application as well of how we're applying that in our lives. And really we're looking at deeply emotional wounds being healed today. We also have, if I go back here, give me just a second. It's a lot of information to go over and then try to reiterate again. So I'm looking at where this was present here. We're looking at the moon. Oh yes, the moon is conjunct the south node and opposing the true node today. And so this is, once again, those emotional wounds, that emotional patterning, that instinctual patterning. And so we're looking at how that played out in the past and sort of the energy that we're moving into. How is that playing out now? How would we like that to play out? And so we may be revisiting some of that emotional behavior today. We talked about how Mars is in the sign of Cancer too, which can be a very emotionally reactive sign, a sign placement rather, that is very, very ruled. Our actions are very linked to and ruled by our emotions if we're not careful. And so we want to tap into the deeper level of the moon energy or the Cancer energy, which is the intuition, and allow ourselves to be guided by that intuition, by that deeper instinct. Because when a planet like Mars that represents instinct melds with a planet or an energy like Cancer, which is so deeply intuitive, that's when we can get that, like, instinct melded with intuition is a really dynamic force. If we can harness the power of that and move through the lower vibrations, or the less refined, I guess I would say, vibrations of that energy, it can be a really potent tool for us. But we're really noticing some of this emotional patterning, possibly revisiting some of this old emotional patterning, or at least getting a chance to see it and understand it today. And with the moon in Sagittarius, this can absolutely be related to, like we said, it's a fire sign, so that creative, potent force. Our belief systems is a big energy of Sagittarius, right? Our morals, our ethics, our values, all of the things that Jupiterian energy that rules Sagittarius represents. So yeah, just being aware of that. We want to move into that Gemini energy, and this is the nodal axis that we've been talking about. And there is a video that I did on the node placement and what that means for us collectively right now. So anybody can tap into that, tune into that video if you like. When I put out the eclipse video, which will be out in the next few weeks, and we're talking about the series of eclipses of 2021, we're going to be working a lot with this nodal axis, because 3 of the 4 eclipses are happening on this nodal axis of Gemini and Sagittarius. And so it's about that new groundbreaking, right? That Gemini energy, which is very much the energy that we're working with today, right? With our galactic signature, where we're talking about the questioning. Gemini likes to have facts. It likes to have information. It likes to gain insight and perspective from really comparing facts and information with others. So this is the energy that we're being asked to move toward right now. As we move out of this energy, the vibrations of the Sagittarius energy, at least, that would cause us to be a little bit stuck in our views and our opinions and our beliefs and not really have a lot of leeway, right? We're working more to move out of the black and white thinking and into the gray area of life. And so we're going to see this playing out in our emotional patterning today, quite possibly. We also have, let me see here. Yes, we have Mercury in a sextile to Neptune, which makes Mercury and Venus in sextile to Neptune, as they are still conjunct. And we talked a little bit about that energy yesterday. So check out yesterday's video if you want a little more in-depth information on Venus conjunct Mercury. But this really even smooths this energy out even more when we're talking about communication styles, when we're talking about being able to relate and connect to people. Also, when we're talking about creativity, this gives us a huge creative boost by really helping us to tap into that divine inspiration. And it's also that collective energy and that energy of service, right? So that really helps with this energy of equality that we're experiencing with the tone of today, and really bringing in that understanding of that and that understanding of our connectedness. And so yeah, it's a beautiful creation energy, and with Mercury, which represents the mind and words, right? It very much feels like that energy of, like, we are creating so much with our thoughts and our words right now. So really utilizing that to the best of our ability, taking full advantage of that energy, especially when we have that divine energy coming in from Neptune. This is a great day for channeling. Anybody who is working on channeling, who does enjoy communicating with other realms and other dimensions, their guides, their team, whoever, whatever. Today's a great day for that. And so definitely highly recommend that. We also have, what is Pluto doing here? I feel like Pluto's in a loose trine to Mercury right now. And of course, sextiling Neptune. So we got a little Plutonic action going on. Pluto is still, I underestimated how long Pluto remains stationed. I think I said in the video a few days ago, we're talking about the full moon, that Pluto would be moving direct the next day. He's not. He's still stationed. So this is like intense. I guess it's because Pluto moves so slow. So Pluto stations, and this is where he appears to be standing still in the sky. for a very long time. So we're still, I'm not going to give you an offhand remark of when Pluto will begin officially moving retrograde, but that Plutonic energy, just because of Pluto being stationed, is still very, very strong. We're still feeling those full moon energies, which of course we're going to be working through all pretty much throughout the entirety of 2021 until we get to the end, and we finish off with both Pluto stationing direct, and then also the that eclipse in Taurus in November. So those energies, those subconscious energies, those shadow energies, all of that stuff, still very much a focus. Us really stepping into and embodying more of our light by owning more of our darkness, right? And also by just having that courage and freedom to truly be who we are in the world. And we have that Uranus Sun conjunction with true black moon, which was a big part of that energy, still going strong. And so that's that energy that is really pushing us to be more, to experience more freedom, to look at where it is that we can gain more freedom in our lives, where it is that we can be more expressive. We're going a little bit against the tide right now, right? Very unconventional. We're feeling unconventional. We're feeling a little eccentric. We're really feeling like we just want to, wherever we feel as though we may be tethered, we're really desiring to break free, and we're really expressing, feeling confident in expressing more of our uniqueness in the world. And so keep doing that. That is what it's all about. That is that first phase of the age of Aquarius energy, right? When we all become very aware of who we are as individuals and what it is that our individual spark brings to the world. And once we have a full awareness and embodiment of that, we begin to get a greater understanding of how we contribute to the whole, and how each and every one of those beautiful, brilliant, shining souls, right, can contribute to this greater dream that we're building, this new earth vision. And so, yeah, really important energies that we're working with right now. All right. Let's oh wow, 16 minutes in, and we just finished the astrology and everything. Let's grab some clear. What is this? The Thoth Tarot. Any guidance for today? Any guidance for today, whatever day that was, the 29th, I believe, of April. Thursday. We know it's a Thursday. All right. I'm feeling very confident of that. And also pretty confident that I did say the 29th, and that is what day it is today. So I'm pretty good about that too, but it's at the beginning of the video. They know what we're talking about. All right. So first cards we have out. We have the Priestess, which is the High Priestess. That is that deeper sense of intuition and guidance, right? That is the higher self. This is also the keeper of the mysteries. And that's why when we tap and tune into our higher self, into source energy, into our soul energy, that's where those mysteries are revealed, right? And then we have the Princess of Swords. And so this to me very, very much feels like we're in an energy today where we are wanting to explore those inner mysteries. If you look at it, almost looks like sacred geometry and stuff in this card. It's really cool. It's like a mild, it reminds me of like a mild representation of like a DMT or an ayahuasca experience or something. It's really beautiful. I love that. And so it's really exploring those inner realms today, exploring the mysteries, kind of that vision quest kind of energy that I'm feeling for us today. Really gaining clarity from our higher selves, from our higher vision. And I'm noticing, I've never noticed it before, it looks like there's a camel or something down here. So I don't know why I'm noticing that right now, but I am. And that's not anything that I've ever seen before in this card, which is fascinating. And then we have the Queen of Cups. And so this is all about us opening up that heart energy today, really centering into that heart energy. And that's going to help to guide us into this energy as we connect with these deepest parts of ourselves. So we're being guided to connect through the heart today, to really tap into that heart center. That's like we were talking about that breathing into the heart center, right? And that's really going to assist us. This is also about us exploring our emotional waters as well. We talked about that energy with the emotional energies that maybe stirred up the old emotional patterning, right? You're seeing the mirroring energy here. As above, so below. sort of seeing below the surface, delving below the surface today, paying attention to what's being mirrored back to us and what that's teaching us about the state of our heart center, about the state of our energy, and the state of our beliefs, of all the things that we're working on today. What is being mirrored back to us today that can teach us more about our own hearts and what exists within our heart of hearts. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is debauch in this deck. And so we're definitely, I think, also examining any of these behaviors. Some of this energy makes me think of the Devil card, and just the addictions, the obsessive habits and cycles, and any of those. Where are those existing, and what is causing those? Right, we're really tapping into this galactic energy today to explore those questions. Right, what is the fear? What is the need? What is the desire that is being unmet within me that is causing this? That is causing these loops? What are these patterns of behavior, and how can I better understand them from an emotional standpoint, from a standpoint of my higher self, from a heart standpoint? How can I have love and compassion for myself? And I'm also feeling compassion for others. If there are people who are dealing with people who have addiction issues, and this is any type, right? All human beings, part of the way we've been conditioned in society is to be addicted to something. Right? Whether it's gratification, whether it's work, whether it's gambling, whether it's money, whether it is substances, right? Food, sex. There's so many different distraction. We are distraction addicts. And that's why we go into this space to clear those distractions, right? This is like clearing the clutter in our minds, our hearts, and our souls today. Clearing the confusion. The Seven of Cups can also represent confusion. And then we have the Three of Wands, virtue. Yeah. So moving from this debaucherous type energy, right, into a more virtuous energy. How can we bring virtuous energy into everything that we do today? And we talk about this sometimes too, right? The soul is here to gain virtues, to learn virtues. And so everything that we do is designed to learn these virtues. And so what virtues have you learned? Spirit wants you to ask yourself today, from these situations, when we're seeing challenges as opportunities, right? Obstacles as opportunities. When we are confronted with any of these patterns, right? What is it that we're learning? What are the virtues that we're learning from this experience? And how can we employ the virtues that we already have and that we are learning in each and every situation we find ourselves in today? Patience, compassion, tolerance. These are all virtues, right? And then we have the Prince of Swords. Yeah. So this is that energy of moving forward from that place of virtue, right? This is also that energy when we're talking about our own truths, really looking at our own truths, really gathering that information, gathering that insight to figure out which truths resonate with us and which truths are up for revision. And then really moving forward from that place of truth, from that place of virtue. That virtuous action is what the Prince of Swords with the virtue reminds me of. And then we have the 5 here, which is defeat, the 5 of Swords. But let's see what else is coming out with that to clarify. Defeat and dominion. Okay? So moving out of this energy of defeat into this energy of dominion. So it's all a matter of working through all of these energies that we were just talking about. And ultimately that moves us out of this energy into this energy. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to pull to close here? Yeah, I'll pull a couple Queen of the Moon Oracle cards to close. Clear. Any final guidance from the Queen of the Moon Oracle for today? We have growth and trust. Right? So that's beautiful energy. We are growing in our ability to trust. right? And that's a big part of what this galactic energy today is about too, is being able to trust our own guidance, being able to trust our own truths, being able to trust the communication that is coming through from our higher self, from source, from our team, our angels, right? And trust our ability to decipher that and figure out what resonates, our ability to discern, right? There's incredible growth in our ability to trust. And as we become more trusting of ourselves, we can naturally then become more trusting of spirit as well, more trusting of the divine timing of all of the events in our lives. It's like we're growing, more able to trust others as well, which then of course is how we have true authentic connection, is through that sense of trust. So there's a lot of growth around our ability to trust, the things that we trust in, where it is that we put that trust, and knowing the correct places to place our trust. Also understanding where we may have placed our trust in the past that we can now discern was perhaps not, right? As we go through this energy of questioning, was not perhaps the best place to put our trust, right? And now we're figuring out where to put it. And we have attraction supermoon, which we just had that supermoon, full moon, right? So that's beautiful energy. When we are in this, when we are continuing to allow ourselves to grow, when we are in this space of trust, of absolute trust in the divine, in ourselves, in our path, and this is card number 44, we magnetically begin to attract everything that further facilitates our growth, and that further facilitates the walking of our path. And then we have faith. We have faith, and I love how that's another full moon right there, right? The worm moon. We have faith and we have surrender coming out together. So this is gorgeous energy, right? We begin with trust, right? This is our growth process. We start with trust. As we trust, we begin to attract more of the good things into our reality, right? When we operate from a place of distrust, we attract more experiences that confirm that distrust. When we operate from a place of trust, we attract more experiences that solidify that sense of trust, right? So we trust in our ability to attract what is meant for us. And as that sense of trust deepens, it develops into faith. Trust ultimately becomes faith. And that faith is, when we are in this place of faith, that is the ultimate form of surrender. And when we are fully surrendered, that is when we are fully tapped into all of the potential that is inherent in our experience. And that's when all of the beauty can really come in, all of the transformation can really come in for us. So you're being able, especially when it comes to your manifestations, when it comes to your own growth process right now, your own soul's evolution, when it comes to whatever it is that you're wanting to create, you're really being guided to trust and have faith, surrender the outcome, and just know and understand that you are attracting to you exactly what is meant for you, exactly what it is you want. You just have to have the faith and the trust and the ability to surrender the outcome and just know that it's coming. Right? So this is like the growth in our ability to manifest as well. So really beautiful energies there. And then we have will on the bottom of the deck. So how do we exercise our will in a healthy manner to support our manifestations without going into this process of trying to micromanage every single detail, which brings us out of surrender, right? So we have self-reflection under that. So where do we need to reflect upon ourselves and see when our will, right? Because there's caution under that, interestingly enough. When our will is being detrimental and when it's being helpful in a situation, and when we are exercising it in the most proficient way possible, in the healthiest way possible. We can still operate from a place of will and surrender if we're operating from a place of our divine will, our highest will. And that is ultimately what we are always being guided to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't caution, it was creation. Will and self-reflection. And then we have creation. These cards, I forget how beautiful they are. With sovereignty and wisdom under that. All right. And so this is us being energetically sovereign, right? Us knowing that we have the ability to create whatever it is that we want to create, right? We have that within us. We have the wisdom. We have the wisdom to know how to craft our creations, to know what it is that we are desiring to create. Because we've self-reflected, we understand our motives and our intentions, right? And we operate from that place of integrity and sovereignty in order to bring those creations into form. All right, I love you guys so very, very much. If you like this video, hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how this resonated, how your day is going. I love hearing from you guys. I love you so much. I was just thinking today how blessed I am and how magical it is that I have all of you. And just the communications that we have brings so much joy to my life. I really love sharing this experience with you guys. So I just wanted to acknowledge you all for that and all of the light that you bring to my life. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with the description of the different services that I offer. If you guys want to do any of this work with me, I would be so delighted. All right, until next time.